I've got 4 objectives today. One is to completely separate this door. Jim pointed out you can feel if you run your fingers along it here that it's already raised a little bit, that the door is already flexing or moving somewhat. So we'll see what happens when I completely separate it. And then I also want to reinforce the braces that I put inside that I hope will hold. We'll find out. And then I want to weld on these handles that go roughly there and there. And then finally, this is to take a measurement on the inside and see if the inner diameter is what I think it is. I wanted to go back to regular video for this part since I'm about to unleash it and we're going to see what happens, how it springs or doesn't spring when I release it. So we've just got a couple of places like here and the corners and a little bit along here. Not a whole lot left to do here. I should pull out the this has sprung out a little bit, so I tell you it's a good thing I put the braces on when I did. Huh. There it is. Right there. Yeah. And so it's out. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't finish this. That's what's going on. Oh, interesting. Huh, that's weird. Interesting. It sat back down after I released that. This is now close to flush again, all the way over. So I'm gonna have to get my fingernails under there. Boom. Ta-da! So there we go. There are my horrible braces. Oh, let me zoom back out. Yeah. And then, of course, now I'm finally really seeing the inside of it for the first time properly. Before I do any more, I wanted to show you how this part works. I think I got it just right because the part where it would, like right here, it's balanced. And then here it would fall if I let go of it. So it's balanced right about there, and so it comes back a little bit beyond that, and then rests right there. First thing I'm going to do is just kind of grind a little bit around these. Not grind, but use this whatever you call this kind of a buffing disc, just to try to clean that up to make sure that I can weld well to it. I want to say that. I really thought by now, by this part of the project, that I would be welding a lot cleaner and better. I get it now, why people say that it's hard and why it's difficult for them to do well. Okay, these are all legit on there now. Let me go ahead and spend a little time grinding and cleaning up these sharp edges. I've figured out the center point right down at the bottom. It's exactly 30 inches wide. It's more up at the top, but down at the bottom it's 30 inches. So this is a little under 10 and a half. So I decided if I make the marks at 10 and a half, which I've done, away from 5 1/4 each way from center, then that's where the inside of these pieces needs to go. Okay, 1 1/4 and 1/4. Finally get to use these magnetic clamps that I've had sitting around for so long. Okay, I think I've got these things positioned correctly, at least close enough to correctly. Here's the test of this thing. I wanted just a little bit of wiggle room in there. And if I can't lift this by these things now, then I failed miserably. Okay, here it is after I've ground it down. I have the threaded rod and nuts that I'm going to use here probably, but it's funny, I had this 1/2 inch dowel from when I was placing the hinges on top, and I'm kind of tempted to leave it like that because this part doesn't get super hot, all the way over here. I could probably leave it that way and it'd be very interesting, give it kind of I want to say a Japanese kind of a vibe somehow. You can see how there's that baffle there, which was part of my original design before I saw Jeremy Yoder's solution scoop, and alas, I won't get credit for having thought of it. But actually, I thought of it because of all of his comments about how really you want the heat and the smoke going over the meat and rendering the fat that's on top and not so much passing through the meat. And that's why I thought, well, why not just put this huge baffle there so that the meat that's on the grate won't be seeing the fire. Like if I lower this down to grate level, it won't be seeing the fire directly. The one thing that's different about my design from Jeremy Yoder's is that I'm intending to put, see that baffle there, I'm intending to put the same thing on the other side as well, just to make the thing symmetrical. And that might be a horrible idea, because it may be that it just creates too much turbulence, or that it impedes the flow of air too much and I can't get a proper draft going. We'll see. What I'm going to do with that piece is that my intention is to just kind of tack it in place to where I could remove it later, like just weld it from this side, a couple of places that it would be really quick and easy to just get an angle grinder in there and just remove it if it turns out to be a bad idea. The last thing I really wanted to do today, and I may as well just get this on camera, is see the inner diameter. Yeah, and like I thought, it's 24 minus about 3/8, which is exactly what I expected. So if I make it 23.5 inches, then it'll fit in there.